A veteran, Purple Heart recipient, father, author, speaker, world champion, and medal-winning Paralympian. Brad Snyder has inspired countless people with his heroic story. Losing his sight to a bomb during active combat wasn't the end of his journey. It was just the beginning.
So I joined the Navy pretty much right after 9/11. I was designated to be an EOD officer, an acronym that's basically the bomb squad for the Navy, deployed to Iraq in the fall of 2008, and then went back to Afghanistan in the spring of 2011. Unfortunately, it was during that deployment where I stepped on an improvised explosive device, which I was very fortunate to walk away from. But as a lasting result of that injury, I lost my vision. My whole professional and for, in large part, my identity revolved around being a naval officer. Almost all of those capabilities and expertise was mitigated by my visual impairment. So I'm basically starting over. Where do I fit in? What do I have left to give? My journey as an athlete was a very integral component of that identity struggle. Going back to the pool was the place that I could rebuild that sense of self-confidence. Swimming back and forth just felt amazing. I felt free, I felt strong, I felt confident. I didn't know what blind sports looked like. I didn't know blind sports was a thing. I didn't know how they did classification in the Paralympics. I didn't know where I stacked up. I knew that my best event, 400-meter freestyle, would be on the September 7th, 2012. That's the exact day that I lost my vision in Afghanistan. So I knew leading up to, I would have the opportunity 1 year after the loss of my vision to represent my country and swim in a race that I was favored to win. And I really wanted to make the most of that opportunity, and inspire my family, my community, those people in the stands with that incredible story. And I'm very happy to tell you that that story came true. I won a gold medal on the exact year anniversary of the day I lost my vision in Afghanistan. So after the magic of the London Games, I felt like I could do something in blind sports that hadn't been done before. And so I resolved to go to Rio, and I broke a world record in the 100-meter freestyle. When I finished in Rio, I really truly felt spent on swimming. I felt like I had done what I wanted to do. And at the same time, the triathlon team had mentioned to me, hey, if you ever want to look at doing triathlon, you should come out to one of our camps. I loved every aspect of triathlon. I loved being in the open water. I loved trying to figure out the mechanics of transition. I loved being a part of a team. And I liked starting from the bottom. I liked that I was number 50 instead of number 1. I like climbing up as opposed to having the target on my back. And that's why triathlon seemed to be like a really great journey for me. Going blind could have been a real traumatic instance, and in some ways it was, but it ended up unlocking a lot of doors for me. I had a lot of really rich and deep experiences where I learned a lot about myself, having had that opportunity. The thing I'd like people to see in my journey is that, I had this capability all along. In a weird way, I was a gold medalist before I was a gold medalist. The only difference between me beforehand and me afterward was the opportunity. So I hope what people will see is, life is an endless set of opportunities in front of us, one moment to the next. And all we have to do is commit to make the most of it. Make the most of every moment you have left, because you never know what you're going to reveal about yourself